25 years ago, Michael Morton was convicted of murdering his wife in this very courthouse. The jury's verdict was based on the evidence as we knew it at the time. DNA testing was not available then. It is now. In hindsight, the verdict was wrong. Mr. Morton was and is innocent of murdering his wife. The criminal justice system is designed to protect all of us, including criminal defendants. As district attorney at the time, and as woefully inadequate as I realize it is, I want to formally apologize for the system's failure to Mr. Morton and to every other person who was adversely affected by this verdict. Up until now, I did not think it was appropriate to comment on this case when it was pending before other district judges, but those proceedings have essentially ended. The mandate has been issued by the Court of Criminal Appeals. That case is over. So now I feel like I can. There have been a number of allegations made about professional conduct by the prosecutors, including me, in this case. In my heart, I know there was no misconduct whatsoever. After the passage of 25 years, obviously I cannot recall specific details of the trial, including pretrial discovery and conversations I had with Mr. Morton's lawyers before and after the trial. But I have been able to review the trial transcripts and documents from that files. And based on that review, I believe that the prosecutors fully complied with all the orders of the court and with the law on pretrial discovery as it existed in 1987. My hope and prayer is that Mr. Morton will be able to move forward with his life after these incredibly tragic events. Well, with hindsight, it obviously wouldn't have happened. We didn't have DNA testing, and I'm not quite sure what we could have done. I'd really like some time to reflect. I'd like some police officers with a lot of experience to look through the file and see what it is they would suggest. He was in the deposition room for the first deposition. I wanted to talk to him. I think he wanted to talk to me. There was a lot of lawyers in the room. At this point, I think we got too many lawyers involved to do things like that. He did, well, I'm going to keep it private, but he did pass a word to me through my attorney, and frankly, his words were kind and gracious. It's inconceivable that this happened. And I really do want to apologize to him and everybody else who this affected. The system failed, and it shouldn't fail. And back to your question, I suppose the system is failable. But it's the system we have, and it's the system we've had for a long time.
Did you fail?
I honestly don't know. I'd have to... Well, other than the fact I'm going to beat myself up, and other than the fact that this has not been a very pleasant period of my life, it's not really about me right now. It ought to be that our concern should be with Mr. Morton and his loved ones and everybody that is affected. In terms of the overall case, I'm sick. You know, I was involved in a prosecution. We got it wrong. That's something I'm just going to have to deal with. How many other people this adversely affected, you know, that's something prosecutors and cops do every day. We make decisions to charge, to not charge. Sometimes they're right. Most of the time we hope they're right. But if we get it wrong, there's consequences, and it affects a lot of people. That's why we really try to get it right. And I know y'all are used to covering prosecutors and courts, but there really is a lot of pressure on prosecutors to get it right. And it's not something you can take lightly. I know we joke about it sometimes. We do things just because of the pressure. But the day I became a judge, as hard as this may be to believe, it was like the weight of the world went off my shoulders. I spent 22 years as a prosecutor, 16 and a half years as district attorney. Believe me, having the responsibility for 250,000 people on your shoulders, day in and day out, to make the decisions, to make them correctly, and make them correctly every time is an enormous responsibility.